Monsters at Work episode 3 dropped on Disney Plus this Wednesday, so let's talk about it. I've been really enjoying this series. I pre-ordered one of the Pops, the Funko Pops. You can see my background. I collect Funko Pops and stuff. I've just been really enjoying this show, so I've been picking up all those figures and stuff, and I've been really into the show, and I really enjoyed this episode. I think it's probably my least favorite, but I still really enjoyed the episode. I think the issue with this episode was this. The plot of this episode is we got a monster who goes in to make a kid laugh, and he has a cold, he sneezes, and he causes damage to the room because his snot is acid and burns the wall. So our myth characters have to go in and fix it. Val and Tyler, they have to go in and fix it. And you got, basically from there you get two subplots. They have to take the kid out of the room because if they wake up the kid and cries, it could lead to problems. So Mike and Sully watch the baby, and then we have Val and Tyler trying to fix the room without getting caught, which is a fun episode. I enjoyed this episode, but I think the issue with this episode is Mike and Sully are acting out of character, in the sense that, when they first offered the baby in this episode, they're told, they basically say the line, hey, we're not after what happened last time, which last time was Boo, because this takes place after that movie, right? So last time is not that long ago, and that's a little I agree with that, but either way, Mike ends up going to a baseball game with Sully and taking the kid with him, which, after the dangerous stuff that happened last time, is a little absurd for me to believe. But I think it's okay. It leads to some great comedy, like with Mike and Sully arguing at a baseball game like a married couple, where he's like, we should order out. And he's like, we already order out. Is it so hard for us to have like a nice family meal? Like, that's how they kind of argued in the first movie. And it plays off that dynamic really well. And it's really funny because, of course, we do have John Goodman and Billy Crystal doing the voices again, like they did in the first movie, and it's really, so they give these really funny performances, and they're just great as those characters. And then and then we have kind of a more emotional story with Val and Tyler, about why she's, because the first few episodes, she was a really irritating character, in the sense that she kept bringing up, do you remember me? Well, Tyler's like, I don't know why that's so important to you. I don't remember you. This episode we find out why. It's because, no one recognized her or noticed her except Tyler. She kind of sat alone. So, that maybe explains why she dropped out of college too, because she did mention that she was a college dropout, But yeah, I think that's cool, because it involves the character more, and I guarantee in the next few episodes we won't be seeing that do you remember me joke that they've been playing around with. It'll be something different, and it'll be playing off the cool dynamic, which is great. And Mindy Kaling does a great job as the voice of Val in this episode, especially. Really terrific voice acting from her. I enjoyed this episode. It was a fun episode, and I just continuing to really enjoy the series. Can't get enough of it. Please make more of this, because I love this series.